Good day. I am Dr. Mapitso Kgabo. I am your lecturer for the module TPF3703, which is the teaching practice module for third-year students. The purpose of this video, I am going to go through the purpose of the video, the administration, Netiquette, TPF3703 assessments or assignments, and then assignment 2. Then I would also briefly discuss portfolios 50 and 51, and finally the conclusion. What's the purpose of this video? The purpose of the video is to discuss assessment submission requirements, to highlight pitfalls to look out for, assessment or assignment due dates, reminder of what to include in the following assignments: assignment 2, assessment or portfolio, assessment 3 or portfolio 50, assessment 4, which is portfolio 51. Regarding the administration of your module TPF3703, it is important to know where you should send your queries for timeous responses. Dear student, kindly know that I, Dr. Kgabo, as your module coordinator and the primary lecturer for TPF3703, I'm only responsible for the content. So any content-related matters, send emails to me. However, regarding teaching practice administration matters, kindly contact the TP coordinators or teaching practice coordinators who are based at the teaching practice office, and their details are, I have put them in the announcements under TPO coordinators. In the event you do not get response from the teaching practice coordinators from the teaching practice office, kindly forward the same email to the teaching practice managers who are Dr. Mapula Tobejani, Dr. Kriek, Dr. Sitlhago, as well as to me, Dr. Kgabo, your lecturer. By now, I hope you should have all received your DSAR, be it 25 if you are local, and DSAR 27 if you are an international student, as well as the confirmation letter from the teaching practice office. Kindly note that supervision is compulsory. Please do not ask me, your lecturer, to come to your school to supervise you. In fact, if you are only doing third year, then your school-based mentor or your classroom-based mentor has to complete the section on supervisors in your portfolio 50 and 51. However, if you are conducting teaching TPF3703 and TPF3704, then the teaching practice office will assign an external supervisor to come and visit you. Kindly contact the teaching practice office for external supervision and not me. You further may have to make sure that you conduct your teaching practice in a mainstream school. Please, no home schools, no private schools which are not registered with the Department of Education. All the schools that you have to conduct your teaching practice at should be schools which are registered with the Department of Education. Teaching practice days are 25. And this means there are no school holidays included, there are no public holidays included, there are no special schools holidays included. 20 days of this 25 days will be school visits, and 5 days are for case study. It is also important that if you registered for more than one module for teaching practice, you must treat each and every module separate from other modules. That means if you have registered for TPF3703 and TPF3704, then your teaching practice days are going to be 50. 25 for one module and 25 for another module. So you need to ensure that you do not conduct your teaching practice during the same weeks. This will amount to an immediate fail. And I hope, like me, you don't want to fail. Now, the following is critical. Kindly note the following. All the submissions are online. Do not come to UNISA. I am not in the office. I work from home. So if you come to the office in Mokolnek at NS Radipere, you will not find me there. Do not come and submit your assignments to me. All assignments are submitted online. Now, when you submit your assignment 2, your portfolio 50 and portfolio 51, if you did not include your attendance register, it is a 0, which means a fail. If you submit your assignments late, it is a 0. Remember, portfolios are an exam. So in any exam which you write online, if you submit late, you are disqualified. It's a 0. And so will be your portfolio 50 and 51 treated. There are strictly no extensions. And if you submit a wrong assessment, it's a 0. It's like submitting a wrong module. It's a 0. Further note that once you have pressed the button for submission, you don't have a chance for resubmissions. Please do not call me. Do not send emails to me requesting resubmissions, because as lecturers, we do not control the submission portals. This is a function of ICT, not us. For plagiarism, that is going shopping to buy portfolios, we have a system of finding that out. Or if you are using other people's work, it is an immediate 0. If you submit any other student's work, it is also a 0. And please make sure that you include all required attachments for each and every portfolio, as well as assignment 2. You need to ensure that you use the 2022 templates for all assessments. Don't go and use 2021 templates. They are not the same. That is why we change them every year. Kindly ensure that you save your assessment as follows. It has to be the student number, your surname and name, and then TPF 3703, assessment 50, or assessment 51, or assessment 2. Netiquette or guidelines for online behavior. Dear students, you are currently training to be teachers. And I know you would like the little ones you will be teaching to respect you. When I communicate with you, I respect you. And I expect the same respect from you. Please, in our culture and in Ubuntu, you do not address your lecturer by their first names. You do not even say to them, hi, as if you're answering your friend on the phone. The general guidelines for online behavior are often referred to as Netiquette. And these general guidelines on online behavior are the following, or they include respecting others. Please, not only me, but all your lecturers, treat them with respect. And also, when you write your messages, keep them concise, be precise and to the point. Furthermore, I'm pleading with you, avoid bad language, avoid sarcasm also. Kindly note that according to the POPI Act, we are not allowed to communicate with third parties. So no third party should be given access to any of these sites, or they should write emails on your behalf. Please do not misuse any of these sites, because this could result in you not being permitted to study further at UNISA, and we don't want to do that. Teaching practice TPF3703 assessments are as follows. Assignment 1, it's in tutorial letter 101, and this is about admission. The closing date was the 29th of August. I'm sorry, the 29th of April. Then we extended it to May. Then it was extended to June and further extended to July until the 15th of August. It is important that all of you should by now have submitted your assignment 1, because the sole purpose of assignment 1, whether you passed it or failed it, it is for admission. Admission to your exams. Your exams are in the form of portfolios, portfolio 50 and 51. Assignment 2 or assessment 2 is in tutorial letter 105. Now, assignment 2 carries 20% of your year mark, and the closing date of this assignment 2 is the 29th of September 2022, and no later than that. Assessment 3, which is your portfolio 50, is found in tutorial letter 103 and carries 50% of your final mark, and the closing date is the 30th of September. Assessment 4 is found in tutorial letter 104. It also carries 50% of your final mark. The closing date thereof is also the 30th of September 2022. Tutorial letter 102 is about the information of the teaching practice office, who are responsible for placing you in schools, where you should also submit your DSAR 25 or DSAR 27, who are also responsible for sending external supervisors to supervise you if you are a final year student. Assignment 2 or assessment 2 counts 20% of your year mark. It is found in your tutorial letter 105. It is loaded under Moodle announcements and resources and materials. Attachments also are posted as announcement, and I also send them to you via my live email address. You should have received that. If you didn't, kindly contact me immediately. Your assignment 2 comprises a principal's report, mentor report, attendance register of you as a student at the school, and confirmation letter from the teaching practice office. Now, in this assignment, if you don't have a school stamp, it's a 0. Each of the 4 assessment attachment is 25%. In my next video, I'm going to record only about assignment 2 or assessment 2. For now, I'm giving you a general overview of the module TPF3703. Portfolio 50, which is assessment 3, comprises 1 week in grade R and 1 week in grade 1. Grade R lessons 1 week, and the lessons to be taught are lesson 1 of EMMA 1501 is a face-to-face lesson. MFP 1501 is a face-to-face lesson. RFP 2601 is a face-to-face lesson. RDF 2601 is a face-to-face lesson. IFP 3701 is a face-to-face lesson. That's grade R. In grade 1, the lessons are as follows. EMA 1501, it's an online lesson. MFP 1501, it's an online lesson. RFP 2601, it's a face-to-face lesson. RDF 2601, it's a face-to-face lesson. IFP 3701, it's a face-to-face lesson. Now, Portfolio 50, Assessment 3, 1 week in grade 1, R and 1 week in grade 1, also comprises the following. Learning from practice, it is for 1 week. These are case studies. And the lessons that you have to complete outside the school are the following. A case study for EMA 1501, grade R. A lesson of MFP 1501 for grade 2. A case study also for RFP 2601 for grade 3. A case study of RDF 2601 for grade 1. And an IFP 3701 case study lesson for grade 3. Portfolio 51, which is assessment 4, comprising 1 week in grade 2 and 1 week in grade 3. The lessons to be taught are these. EMA 1501 is a face-to-face lesson. MFP 1501 is a face-to-face lesson. RFP 2601 is an online lesson. RDF 2601 is a face-to-face lesson. IFP 3701 is an online lesson. Grade 3 lessons. Lesson 1, EMA 1501 is a face-to-face lesson. MFP 1501 is a face-to-face lesson. RFP 2601 face-to-face lesson. RDF 2601 face-to-face lesson. IFP 3701 face-to-face lesson. Now, all the face-to-face lessons, we refer to them as learning in practice. It means you are in a school and you are practicing in a school. The case studies, however, are called learning from practice. You can conclude your case studies off the school premises, away from the classroom. Hence, we refer to them as learning from practice. And these comprise for grade 2, I'm sorry, for all the grades, grade R, 1, 2, and 3. Lesson 1 of case studies is EMA 1501, grade R. Lesson 2, MFP 1501, grade 2. Lesson 3, RFP 2601, grade 3. Lesson 4, RDF 2601, grade 1. Lesson 5, IFP 3701, grade 3. Now, portfolio key points. Please read posted materials on plagiarism and comply on that, please. I have posted information for you in each tutorial letter regarding plagiarism. Familiarize yourself with all that. It is also important to complete all sections, including declarations. It is important that when you submit your assignments, assessments, portfolios, you also attach the declaration. Please complete the attendance register for all the assessments and portfolios, which are assessment 2, assessment 3 and 4, which is assignment 2 and portfolio 50 and 51. They require an attendance register. If any of these assessments do not have an attendance register, then it means an immediate fail for you, because the attendance register and the school stamp authenticate that you indeed went to that particular school to conduct your teaching practice for TPF 3703. If there is no attendance register where required, you get a 0. Let's avoid that unpleasantness. You must submit your portfolios or workbooks 50 and 51 online on My UNISA with the attendance register in both these portfolios, as well as the school stamp, please. Ensure that you read the requirements for each portfolio before you attempt to complete your work. Online lessons. For the first time last year, you had to just prepare an online lesson. However, for this year 2022, you prepare and present an online lesson. How do you do it? You will need to log into Google and create a Google Classroom. Those who are abroad, if the institutions where you are based or conducting a teaching practice are using Zoom, you are free, you are at liberty to use the Zoom also. After you have created your classroom, add both your mentor and learners in this classroom. Present the lesson to your learners remotely. It means you are not in the classroom when you present this. Now, it is not necessary to take all the learners. You can even take a few of the learners who have devices and then connect with them. Present the lesson to your learners remotely and give activities of this lesson. Your mentor will have to evaluate this lesson as she was part of it. You would then take snapshots of the lesson and also create a link which you will write down in your lesson plan. Conclusion. I plead with you, students, take responsibility for your studies. Teaching practice is an accreditation requirement, and without proper compliance, you will not attain your degree. And I believe you and I, after working so hard, we don't want you to fail, but want you to success. There is no supplementary exam or agrotet for all teaching practice modules. Kindly make sure that you submit as early as possible. Please avoid plagiarism and submit your own work, not somebody else's work, please. Now, this is my last slide to you. Remember these wise words from Mason Cooley, who said, procrastination makes easy things hard and hard things harder. If you procrastinate completing your portfolios, you are going to find that you are inundated and it takes you so much effort and energy to complete your portfolios because they are long. And that easy job, which you could have started early, becomes hard. And what was hard becomes even harder. This is the end of my first video. I am going to take you through yet another video. I will record a video on assignment 2, then a video on portfolio 50, how to complete it. I will take you step by step through it, and also on portfolio 51. Until then, I wish you all the best from your lecturer, Dr. Kgabo. Thank you.